There was an old trader, a man who had lived through many market cycles, who once said something that confused beginners. He said, "The best trade of my life was the one I never took." The one he never took. To a beginner, it sounds poetic, like something said to sound wise. But to those who have spent years in the market, it lands differently. They don't laugh, they don't question it, they just nod quietly. Because they understand. Not today, not this month, sometimes not even this year. But one day, you understand that sentence too. And when you do, it's usually after paying for the lesson, with money, with stress, with sleepless nights. Trading is not just a profession, it is a mirror that magnifies every weakness in your mind. A carpenter works with his hands. You hear the hammer, you see the sawdust fall. You watch a house take shape. A chef works with fire. You hear the sizzle, you smell the food, you see the plate served. An office worker works with a keyboard. Emails sent, files completed, meetings finished. Their work is visible, tangible, obvious. But a trader sits in front of a screen, silent, still, watching. 1 hour passes, then another, then a whole morning. No trades. An outsider might say, "Is he even working? What a waste of time." But a professional trader knows this is the work. Sitting still when there is no edge is a skill. Not clicking is a decision. Not reacting is strength. The market does not pay you for activity. It pays you for correctness. And correctness often comes from waiting. Since childhood, you were taught, take action, move fast, be proactive. Sitting still is laziness. Opportunities don't wait. If you want success, go get it. And in most areas of life, that advice is right. Study more arrow, get smarter. Train more arrow, get stronger. Work more arrow, earn more. Your brain learned that formula. Your brain believes that formula. Your brain rewards action with dopamine. But the financial markets break that formula. Here, more action often means more mistakes. More trades often mean more emotions, and emotions are the enemy of consistency. You don't lose to the market, you lose to your own dopamine. Every time you click buy or sell, your brain gets a small reward. A tiny thrill. Like gambling, like social media, like video games. You feel involved, you feel in control, you feel productive. But the market doesn't reward feelings, it rewards probabilities. And probabilities do not care how you feel. Imagine someone on their first day trading. Charts moving like living creatures, red and green candles flickering, prices dancing every second. Everything looks like opportunity. The beginner thinks, I just need the right entry. I just need to be quick. I just need a good indicator. Then, the first trade wins, confidence rises, the next trade loses, the urge to recover appears, the next trade is rushed. Another loss. Now emotions enter, fear, hope, regret. A spiral begins, not because they are stupid, not because they lack intelligence, but because they brought a normal life mindset into a probability game. New traders think, the enemy is the market, the institutions, the smart money. But experienced traders learn, the enemy sits in their chair. It's themselves. The market never forces you to click, never forces you to hold, never forces you to revenge trade. You do that. The market only provides movement, you provide decisions, and every decision is colored by psychology. A great trader is not the one who predicts best, it is the one who manages themselves best. The hardest thing for beginners is not losing. It's when nothing happens. Watching charts 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, no setup. The mind starts whispering, just take one trade. Try a small position. If you don't trade, how will you earn? That isn't logic. That's stimulus hunger, like someone addicted to noise who can't handle silence. But skilled traders befriend silence. They understand. No setup is information. A quiet market is a signal to stay out. Staying out is also a position. Patience doesn't appear naturally, it is planted. From rushed trades that failed, from broken rules that hurt, from regrets that sting. Each pain teaches a lesson, if the trader is willing to learn. Slowly they realize not trading can make money by not losing money, and that is the moment a trader begins to mature. Every trader begins with action, but those who survive end with selectivity. The journey of trading is not adding more tools, it is removing unnecessary actions, like sculpting, not adding clay, but carving away what doesn't belong, until the true form appears. And the true nature of trading is patience. High in the mountains, a cougar watches from the rocks. It does not chase every movement. It does not react to every sound. It waits. Minutes pass, sometimes hours. The wind shifts, birds move. Small animals appear and disappear. But the cougar stays still. Not because it is lazy, not because it is tired, because it understands something vital. Energy is limited. Opportunities are not equal. A reckless chase can mean injury, and injury in the wild can mean death. So the cougar waits for the right prey, the right distance, the right moment. Then, one precise move. No hesitation, no doubt. And the hunt is over in seconds. A professional trader is not so different. Beginners chase every candle, every breakout, every news spike. They sprint through the market like a hungry animal that fears starvation. Click, click, click. Trade after trade, but the experienced trader learns to sit on the mountain. They observe, they track behavior, they study rhythm, they sense when the market is calm and when it is dangerous. They know not every movement is prey, not every setup is worth the risk. Because in trading, energy is also limited. Not physical energy, mental energy. Decision fatigue is real. Emotional capital is real. Every bad trade drains both. Waiting sounds simple, but psychologically it is one of the hardest skills, because waiting feels like doing nothing, and doing nothing feels like falling behind. You open social media. Someone made 5% today. You open YouTube, someone caught a huge move. You open Discord, people brag about wins. Suddenly, patience feels wrong. You feel late, slow, left behind. So you trade, not from strategy, but from comparison. But what you don't see are their losses, their drawdowns, their blown accounts. The market punishes comparison trading. Because someone else's setup is not your setup. Someone else's risk is not your risk. Someone else's system is not your system. The market is always moving. That creates an illusion. That means there are always chances. But movement is not the same as opportunity. Waves move all day, but surfers don't ride every wave. They watch, they wait, they choose. Because only some waves are worth the ride. In trading, some days are for action. Some days are for observation, some days are for staying away. Professionals know the difference, amateurs don't. Amateurs treat the market like a 24/7 slot machine. Professionals treat it like a hunting ground. Impatience doesn't just lose money, it changes behavior. One impulsive trade leads to another. One broken rule makes the next rule easier to break. Soon, discipline erodes. And when discipline goes, strategy becomes meaningless. A good system in impatient hands still loses. A simple system in disciplined hands can win. Because trading success is less about intelligence and more about restraint. There comes a day in every trader's journey when they feel tired. Tired of forcing trades, tired of emotional swings, tired of chasing. And they try something different. They wait, really wait. They promise themselves only A-plus setups. At first it feels boring, too quiet, too slow. Then one clean trade appears, clear, structured, logical. They take it. It works. Not because of luck, but because of selectivity. That day, a small belief is born. Maybe less is more. And that belief can change a career. Stillness is not passive. It is active control. It is saying no to your impulses, no to boredom trades, no to revenge trades, no to fear-based trades. Stillness is power under control, just like the cougar on the mountain. Calm, patient, precise. One move beats 100 random chases. The market rewards those who can watch longer than others, because most people eliminate themselves through overtrading. They don't lose to the market, they lose to exhaustion. But the watcher survives, and survival is the first step to mastery. Imagine a casino with no windows and no clocks. Inside, lights flash, screens glow, numbers move constantly. People cheer, people sigh, people lean forward with hope in their eyes. Now imagine this casino doesn't look like a casino. It looks like a trading platform. Charts instead of roulette wheels, candles instead of cards, price ticks instead of slot machines. But the emotions inside, exactly the same. Hope, fear, greed, regret. The market can become a casino for the unprepared mind. Gambling starts not with money, but with mindset. A gambler asks, "How much can I win?" A trader asks, "How much can I lose?" That one difference changes everything. The gambler looks for excitement. The trader looks for edge. But many beginners don't notice when they cross the line. It happens quietly, when trades are taken without a plan, when size is increased to feel something, when boredom creates entries, when losses demand revenge. At that moment, it is no longer trading. It is emotional betting. In a casino, the house has a small edge, not huge, just consistent. 1% here, 2% there. Over time, that edge becomes certainty. Professional traders think the same way. They don't aim to win every trade. They aim to maintain an edge, a slight statistical advantage executed with discipline over hundreds of trades. That's how real money is made. But gamblers want big wins. They risk large. They chase fast. They burn out. The irony? The market doesn't need to beat them. They beat themselves. Every win releases dopamine. Every near win releases dopamine. Even placing a trade releases dopamine. Your brain doesn't fully know the difference between trading and gambling. It just knows stimulation, and stimulation can become addiction. That's why some traders trade more after winning. Not to grow money, but to repeat the feeling. But feelings don't build accounts. Process does. A professional trader feels less excitement than a beginner, less thrill, less rush, less drama. Because to them, a trade is just execution, like a pilot following a checklist. Emotion is minimized, rules are respected, risk is controlled. Boring? Yes. Profitable? Often. Consistency lives on the boring side of trading. Chaos lives on the exciting side. Many traders have a turning point, a day when they look at their results and feel the truth. Not denial, not hope, truth. They realize, I've been gambling, I've been emotional, I've been chasing. That realization hurts, but it also opens a door, because once you see it, you can't unsee it. And that's the day the casino begins to close. The trader starts journaling, tracking mistakes, reducing frequency, respecting risk. They stop trading to feel alive. They start trading to be consistent. Gamblers ask, how much did I make today? Professionals ask, did I follow my rules today? Gamblers count money. Professionals count quality decisions. Because money is a byproduct. Decisions are the cause. And over time, good decisions stack quietly, like bricks building a house. The market is not a casino. but it can become one if you walk in without rules. The exit door is not outside, it is internal. Discipline, awareness, control. Those who find that door stop playing games. They start running a process. There was a trader people used to talk about. Active, loud, always in the market, posting wins, sharing charts, chasing moves. Then one day, he disappeared. No more frequent trades, no more constant updates, no more noise. Some assumed he quit, blew up, gave up. But the truth was the opposite. He didn't disappear from trading, he disappeared from impulsive trading. Something changed, not outside, inside. He stopped trying to catch every move, stopped needing to prove himself, stopped treating trading like a performance. Because he realized the market doesn't reward visibility, it rewards discipline, so he traded less, much less. But each trade had purpose, structure, logic, defined risk. And slowly, his equity curve stopped swinging wildly. It started climbing quietly. The strange truth about trading is this. Real professionals often look inactive. They skip days, sometimes weeks. They don't need action. They need alignment. Their confidence doesn't come from frequency. It comes from preparation. They study more than they execute. They review more than they predict. Because they know one clean trade can outperform 20 random ones. At the beginning, trading is about making money. Then it becomes about being right. Then about proving yourself. But at mastery, it becomes about managing risk. Ego slowly fades. The need to brag disappears. The need to rush disappears. The need to trade daily disappears. And what remains is simple. Protect capital, execute edge, repeat. No drama, no noise, no rush. Most people quit trading not because it's hard, but because it becomes boring when done correctly. Waiting is boring, rules are boring, risk control is boring, journaling is boring, but boring is where money lives. Excitement is expensive. The trader who disappeared learned to love boring, and boring paid him back. The market will be here tomorrow, next month, next year. There is no final trade, no last opportunity, no ultimate move, only a long game. Those who rush burn out, those who endure compound. Because trading is less like a sprint and more like farming. Plant, wait, manage, harvest, then repeat. After years in the market, the trader understood something simple. The goal is not to win today, it is to still be here years from now. Capital preserved. Mind clear. System intact. Because survival creates opportunity, and opportunity creates growth. Remember the old trader from the beginning? The one who said, "The best trade of my life was the one I never took." Now it makes sense. The trades you skip save you. The risks you avoid protect you. The patience you build pays you. Trading mastery is not found in constant action. It is found in controlled inaction. If this message resonated with you, then you already understand. Trading isn't about chasing the market. It's about mastering yourself. The charts will always move. The noise will always exist. Opportunities will always return. But your capital, your mindset, and your discipline, those are precious. Protect them. If you found value here, take a moment to like the video, subscribe for more deep mind trading insights, and share this with a trader who needs to hear it. Until next time, stay patient, stay sharp, and remember, sometimes the best trade is the one you never take.